What's going on, guys? Today I'm gonna be going over how to change a lug nut stud on a 2018 Subaru WRX. Removing the two bolts for the brake caliper. That way I can go ahead and take off the rotor. After I go ahead and take off the rotor, it's a drum, so I got some springs to deal with, which I'm gonna try my best to deal with because I don't think I got the proper tools for that. So yeah, let's go. Alright, I'm gonna put this under the car just for a little extra support. That way, God forbid, if it does inside, it won't fall. And protect it. Yeah. All right. So, like I said, you have two bolts. This one right here, which I believe they're 14s. They're not 17s. Let me double check. Yeah, 14 bolts. Remove both of those, just so you can go ahead and take out the brake caliper. Once you take out the brake caliper, your rotor should be able to fall out right and easy. It should. So like I said, you want to put your brake lines back here. You want to break that shit. So what it's gonna do, it's got like a bolt, something like this, and put it in here. It's not in the right size. Oh man, I tried. So I could put it in here, and hopefully, Flame wants to come in here. Oh, it is the right size. Okay. And just like that. Then let that rotor loose. Right here, I'm like, damn, I don't have the proper tools for this. So I'm thinking of ideas, and I found a gap where I'm able to squeeze the bolt to do it. So yeah. So again, I'm thinking, all right, bet I got my pliers. I could be able to do these springs, and it was a fail. So I started looking again, and I seen the gap, and I was like, you know what? I think the bolt is actually big enough to fit through this without having to remove any springs at all. So I went with my hypothesis, and yeah, it came out successful. The old one right there. So new one, old one. See the difference? Now we'll try to slide this in here. Get a good angle. And just like that.
I got one of the washers.
Pretty good. This shit right here is big enough. Let's see if I can bring you guys over here. So you guys can see. You guys can see. I got the shoe plate in the way. Basically what I'm doing with this, you see how access point this is really loose compared to the ones that have no gap. So what I'm trying to do, hopefully I can do with this lug nut and these washers, is build up enough force and space that way as it's tightening, I'm pulling this in. You see what I'm saying? Instead of having a power drill that has the instead of having a power drill that has the force and doesn't actually do it, this is like I guess you could say a home remedy that possibly can work. If it's the right size. Okay, so that's the right size. You see, from before to now, that gap is gone. You see how the gap is gone? Using the pressure of the washers plus the force of tightening it, pulling it down through the threads, you can force that in there without having to use a power drill and using a lot of other force. So now since that's there, you loosen it. Loosen that nug. And mind you, I did this without loosening none of the springs or anything like the other YouTube video does. Now, if you're just replacing a natural size lug nut stud and not going with the extended, so you got the spacers to make your wheels stand out more. If you're just going with the regular size stud, this shit, I'll show you. There's a little gap in here where the top of the screw fits, where you can hold it at an angle and just slide it in real easily. And that right there doesn't have to, it doesn't make you have to release that little lever. That way you can have that extra room in there because there's room. You just, if you're using a regular size stud, it can fit. If you're using like an extended stud, then yes, you will have to, you know, make the adjustments, take out the springs and stuff like that. But as you can see, removing the lug nut, also removing the washers from before when it was loose to now that it's tight and it doesn't have that gap, you know you're safe, and you know that your wheel and your stud is on properly. All of them are strong. So now what I'm gonna do is put everything back on. And for putting it on is very simple, very just like how you took it off, real simple, real easy. I mean, you just gotta know. You just gotta know these things. All right, let's put it back in here. Put this right here. No, I need this. This is tiny little bolt. These are this one will be here. That should help me out. Now you get the rotor. And make sure that is on straight. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be straight. Gonna get your brakes back on, because you don't want to drive and then not have no brakes. It's kind of a pain in the ass, so bear with it. Go. Get your top bolt. I always do the top bolt first because you have the hose, the brake line there, and the brake line is, you can't even see it. And the brake line is more of a pain in the ass. So I do. Damn, my freaking hairs tickling my damn ear. So I normally do the top first, only because the hose is there and it's kind of more of a pain in the ass to get to. So it's always best to do the hose first, or as my math teacher told me when I was a kid, do the hard ones first, because the easy ones you can fly through. There you go. Set top, make sure it's good. Now what you want to do is get your tire. I just want to go ahead and put the tire back on. In it. And then from there you should be good to go. Again, shout out to Walmart. This thing right here, it's like 40 bucks max, bro. A lifesaver, bro. Freaking lifesaver. But on top of that, that's the basic 101 to go ahead and change a wheel stud lug, a wheel lug nut stud on a 2018 Subaru WRX. Real simple. That's the rear side. If I ever have a problem with the front, or I might just change the front one just to, you know, make a video for you guys, just show you guys how to do it. But basic 101 right there for 2018 Subaru WRX wheel lug nut stud.